Good morning and welcome to Kramer's Corner with daily technical update. It is Wednesday the 8th of April. This video is for educational purpose only. There's no recommendation or advice whatsoever intended. So let's see, a lot of action overnight after the ceasefire in the Middle East, in Iran. So we have a lot of action in most markets, and let's start here with the FX market. Well, we have euro dollar breaking out of this triangle-like pattern here and pushing bullish out of it above the minor resistance there at 116.70, just around the 55, 100 and 200 moving average. RSI just below 60 thresholds. So what will be key to watch here in the coming day, today, tomorrow? Will it be rejected and sent back down again, or will it push higher? We then have a little bit of a resistance up here in this area around 117.14.50, where we could test the underside of the cloud. But the key will be, will RSI be rejected, and will euro dollar slide back after this strong move here? On sterling dollar, also a bullish push there above 61.8 retracement to the 786 retracement there at 138.10, just around the 200 moving average and the 100 there. So let's see, can it continue higher towards the stronger resistance there at 134.80 and the 55 moving average? I think that will be a little bit too strong to penetrate this area. I think we will see it setting back. And also here, keep an eye on will RSI close above 60 threshold or be rejected. If it does get rejected, then the sterling dollar is likely to slide back. Euro sterling also is setting back here this morning, given the fact that it spills over to this cross 2. So 87.42, 87.50. Couldn't get back above there. However, we are still in a positive sentiment, still bullish trend, still above the cloud, but I think we could slide back to the 38.2 retracement there at 86.80 area where we have the 55 moving average. If it takes out that, well, then we could slide back all the way down to 86.50. But let's see if it takes a little bit of a breather here during the day, and maybe it will bounce a little bit. Still above the 200 moving average there. So moving on to the dollar yen that got sent back down after yesterday testing the 786 retracement there, 159.98, so just 160, just peaked above it. Setting back here to the support here at 158.25. Could very well take it out. If it does, then we have a stronger support here, 157.50. Still positive sentiment, but we were warned a little bit. I talked about the past few days that we had divergence, meaning uptrend exhaustion there. So could send it back a little bit further. Let's see here the next few days, today and tomorrow, what will happen. Or will we have a little bit of a turnaround here where it bounces a little bit? But certainly there is some movements in the FX market. Euro yen has broken above the resistance here at 188.80. No, sorry, 184.80 in a bullish push. Could push up to the 186.25 resistance, possibly up to 186.85. So it has continuing this bullish trend. We were above the cloud here anyway. We were above all moving averages, and we had higher lows. We didn't have higher highs. Now we have a higher high, so it could push higher. But I would expect it to slide back a little bit and then the next push higher. The Aussie yen is also pushing higher here. Testing the rising trend line we talked about yesterday. It was likely to do so, and trading around the 61.8 retracement there, just below 112. If RSI moves back above 60 threshold, and it seems like it will, well, then there's potential higher. I could see we get a push up to around the 786 retracement there at 112.85. So uptrends seems to be resuming there, especially if we can push above this 112.85, then we could see new higher levels. But again, here there could be some profit taking in throughout the day before next push higher. Sterling yen also at 786 retracement, 212.50. We talked about yesterday that it could also likely go up, back up here and test the rising trend line there. So that's why I sometimes keep these trend lines, even if they're broken. So all right, you could remove them, but sometimes we see a bounce back and then it's tested from the underside, and that's what we are very close to, at least here. And if it does, then we have the 213.30 key resistance that here that will be key. Will it be knocked back down from there, or will it break above? Moving on to Aussie dollar, also strong move here. Obviously this morning, Aussie dollar, already yesterday it was above the minor resistance there at 69.65, and overnight it has pushed, in the Asian session has pushed above the cloud, above the 55 moving average. We already talked about it the past few days that after the bounce here that could be the scenario to play out. And now it has, and I think we could see it pushing further up to 71 area, maybe up to the 78.6 retracement there at 71.12, and then maybe pause a little bit. But it seems like now it is back in bullish trend and could push higher. If it takes out that, well, then it could be back to the peaks here around 72. Dollar Canada. Well, dollar Canada sent back down, and we were warned a little bit also when I talked about yesterday. The RSI were declining, uptrend exhaustion. So and now it already started sliding back, and now the sell-off has been taking effect below the support there at 138.35. We have 50% retracement there. We have the 200 moving average coming up, giving a little bit of support here, just around 138.15, but could sit back to the 61.8 retracement there at 137.80 level. That is not unlikely. Maybe even dipping a little bit low, but I would expect a little bit of a bounce from there if it gets down to that level. The Euro Swiss yesterday or overnight tested the peak and resistance here just below the 200 moving average, that kind of putting a lid on it, and the resistance there at 92.65, sending it back here. So let's see here in the next few days, what will it do? Will it break below the rising trend line and slide back towards 91.60? And then we have some support here down here with the upper part of the cloud and the 55 moving average. Still positive sentiment on the RSI, but it's actually declining. So also here we had a bit of an uptrend exhaustion. So let's see here, could slide back. Dollar Swiss also a quite strong move, obviously below the rising trend line. So breaking out of this channel-like pattern here to the 786 retracement of this little push up there and the 100 moving average. There could be further setback down to around the 78.50 where we have a little bit stronger support, and especially down here at 78.15.20 where we first of all we have the 55 moving average and we also have the upper part of cloud. If we get down there, then I expect a strong bounce, but let's see. I think we could slide a little bit lower, and then we could have some buyers coming in and say, okay, maybe this is enough for now, but still it's pushing lower there. The dollar index has opened this morning just above the support there and testing the support here at 98.66. So key will be, will it push lower and down to, and let's just add that support line in this region around here where we had a little bit of a consolidation before pushing higher. I wouldn't be surprised if it closes back below, puts it once again back below. Here we actually see it dipping below this morning here. Then we could see it setting back to 98 support area. But let's see, can it bounce? We were warned, as we talked about, there were uptrend exhaustion indicated by the RSI, a declining right there. All right, that's all for the FX market today. And later there will be an update on the commodities markets. Have a nice day and keep charting.